has been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Denver Broncos taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. And he returns this to the 22. Throwing right away is Williams. And his first look is incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Second and 10. To throw, it's Williams. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Odafe Oweh able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
It's third down.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Here's Williams. Oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up fourth down. On now is the Packers punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. This will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
And I'm not sure if he got a little sloppy with his mechanics or just put too much juice on the snap. But either way, this one ends up out of the punter's reach. And now it's up to their defense to bail them out.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now. Second is short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 38 now, here's second and 3. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a third and 3.
18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
a gain of 8.
Thanks to receivers help spread the defense out. They were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. All the way home for a Broncos score. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Broncos will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40.
What is on?
A run once more with Hampton. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They'll work inside here, Hampton. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 31. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Pickens out right. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 9 yards.
That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
In motion goes the tight end. Throwing is Williams. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Tucker Kraft, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now, saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Come on.
He'll look to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it up. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
On first down, it's Hampton. Touchdown, Packers! Omarion Hampton, 37 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
14, Broncos 7. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to grab them, then get to the punt. I want the money, the cash, the pool of the bag, the currency stacking it up. We want the freedom to live and the freedom to have. The things have been lacking, my brother, so what do we
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up first and 10. And not much there. Maybe a yard of the 24.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
18 Cardinal.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Now he's going to throw deep right side.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter, obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
3 more quarters of football left in this season as we're through one, and we'll be back in a moment with more of Super Bowl 64. 14-7 is the score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's get this point.
Dragon 60. Ready.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a 2nd and 2. from the gun. He'll hand this off. And they'll be inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
70 Timberwolves. Go.
Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Packers' 18-yard line.
Pass to 60. Pass to 60. Red. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready?
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he lost the football. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14.
Joshua Carney to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Looking to throw is Williams. That's going to be caught by Pickens. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up second down.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. To the air, Williams. Out to the flat here for Johnson. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And the tight end goes in motion left. To throw, Williams. Short throw, he's got Kraft. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Working out of the gun, Williams. He'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. One here to run. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. 93 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Back to Hampton on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Odafe Oweh there on the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
3rd down.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go. Here's Williams. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Omarion Hampton, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Broncos 14. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return, the Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Nineteen tight. Here we go. Shot. Buffalo 8. Panther 7 18. Pioneer.
They're going to look to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Go. Panther 79 Broncos.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Ready? 1960 Maverick. 19 Lions. Ready?
Again, he'll drop to throw. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Now a second and 10.
Come on. Set. Go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Joshua Carney to kick off.
So the late touchdown ties things as they will kick this one away in the final stages of the half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And through one half at least, this Super Bowl has been everything it was cracked up to be. All tied. What's your key for them, Charles, in the second half?
Simplicity, partner, because in the Super Bowl, with the extra time at halftime, I think some staffs get caught up in trying to design too many things. It's all tied up. They have to remember what they did to get here, put that back into play here in the second half, and I think they'll be all right.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. T.J. Sanders forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
19 shots. Packers 60.
Back to throw. And a pressure, and they got to him again. Landon Jackson. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
And both sides searching for adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7. From the gun, here's Williams. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just get rid of it.
And in the second half of the tied game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, volunteer.
To throw, it's Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Williams. Now he's going to step up and run. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. They'll look to throw for it with Williams. And he's got it. It's caught for Packers touchdown. Tucker Kraft, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Packers have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
21. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. First and 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another first and 10. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
First and 10 at the 50.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him.
No doubt.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Cup 19, Viking 18.
Back to throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Cowboy 80. Come on, come on.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Eluding the tackle. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
18-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And we got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
hundreds of games, all this football, and it all comes down to the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 64 in just a moment. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing is Williams. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he wisely will throw that one away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken at the 46. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Hands it off out of the gun. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. 55 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. And once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion on a 1st down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to get a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this could become a career-defining drive for some. Down 3, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is where the legends are made in the National Football League as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Finds Pickens out right. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On the give, this is Hampton. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. What can they come up with here? It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw is Williams. They'll check this one down to Hampton. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Give here to Hampton. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Here comes 2nd down. He's back to throw. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And down inside the 15 he goes. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
On the handoff, it's Hampton. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Second and 6 coming up. Again, it's Hampton. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's first and goal. Hampton. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Williams' pass complete to George Pickens.
And they are able to spike it, cutting it close, but 2 seconds left on the clock. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. A play for the ages. It's a touchdown to win the Super Bowl on the final play. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back home. The Green Bay Packers are your Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists a Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
So the Lombardi Trophy once again heading home to Titletown. Commissioner Goodell doing the honors as he hands it to the Green Bay Packers. On top of the world, they are your Super Bowl champions. So that'll do it for another remarkable season of the NFL on EA Sports. For my partner, Charles Davis, all of our crew, for all of you at home, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll do it all again come the fall. Till then, good night from the Super Bowl.
shirt, no sleeves. Tell her, put it like me. Blowing a coffee, he's asleep. You weak, chic. The web look at the boots, fleet. Headache, got a hook till she give me a headache. Send me a text, I ain't reading no essay. All back here, get all back here, get back. It's a big, so no, so long as you get really so now I don't mean to call you up, cause I don't know that. And if I never call you again, that mean you throw back. We only met once when we like we go back, way back. Run it, then we on track. But you can never ever be my man. You a whole snap, you said it on your IG page. I ain't say that, like say that. Lay back, in the back of the Maybach. Play that. You see that. I be in the streets like a straight rat. I will never speak with a ring, cause he ain't finna take half. I be on my kid, one girl, one side, in a dope. Sending me a text like she misses. The only way she getting back in it.